Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Toastmasters. Welcome to yet another exciting session of Sattvic Toastmasters Club. Sattvic Toastmasters Club is a specialized club centered around on improving the lifestyle and health style of people. And here, to the extent possible, we are trying to incorporate the theme and speeches aligned with the core objectives of the functioning of the club, that is health, lifestyle, wellness, and improvement. Today, we are going to have a special session called Speakathon. To the benefit of the guests and for the new members, what is a Speakathon? Speakathon is where we have more speakers and we do not have a common theme to present. Just like in normal meetings, you can see that the TMOD comes out with a topic, a theme, and the entire meeting is centered around that theme. But today we decided to have five speeches because we have certain objectives to complete for the club and we have members ready with the speech. So that is why we have scheduled 5 beautiful speeches today. How Speakathon is going to help the members? One, the speakers and the audiences will get to learn different speaking style in a single meeting. 6, 7 speeches in a single meetings for different projects. Other participants and members, they'll get to know about the speeches and they will also get to know about various projects and how it can be implemented. For example, Navya is delivering her icebreaker today. But Navya can observe and listen to other speeches of other speakers and see how they have prepared for different projects. 6 evaluations or different evaluations. Evaluations will give you a different idea about how people are approaching a particular project as evaluator. So that's the reason why we have decided to have 5 speeches today. The speakers for today's Speakathon are, first is Navya. The Navya's speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Anthony Durant. Anthony, are you ready? Are you there?
Yes,
you're audible. Thank you. Yeah. We are waiting for the second speaker, the Arav Saxena. He has not joined. Rakhu, is there any possibility that Arav would be joining?
No, I tried to contact.
Okay, and Miral Patel. He's also not there in the meeting. Shahid is there and Vrunda is there. Okay. As you know, for any meeting, we have certain role plays. We have reduced the number of role plays in this meeting just to accommodate 6 speeches. But the one good thing is that we are having the table topic session today because it's a new club and we are getting a lot of visiting Toastmasters and guests. In order to accommodate them and also to give an opportunity to them to speak, we are having the session of table topics today. Okay. And as you know, for every meeting, we have some role players who are supporting the Toastmaster of the day for the smooth conduct of the program. Today, to play the role of a timer, we have Toastmaster Vamshi. Vamshi, could you just unmute your camera audio and tell the guests and Toastmasters about your role?
Thank you, Toastmaster Pramod. Greetings of the day, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. As a timer, today I will show the time signals throughout the meeting. I will show the 3 signals, 3 colors, green, yellow, red. For prepared speeches, for 5 to 7 minutes speeches, I will show the green card at 5 minutes. I will show the yellow card at 6 minutes and red at 7 minutes. For table topics, I will show the green card at 1 minute and yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds. I will show the red card at 2 minutes. For evaluations, for 2 to 3 minutes evaluations, I will show the green card at 2 minutes and yellow at 2 minutes 30 seconds and red at 3 minutes. I will submit the report and end of the meeting. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Vamshi. Vamshi, I think it is pretty clear what are the time sequence for different speeches and evaluations and speeches for during the table topic session. Okay. We have two roles combined today. That is to play the role of accounder and grammarian. We have another distinguished Toastmaster. The role of grammarian, Lakshmi, would you like to explain the role of grammarian and accounder for the benefit of the guest?
Hello everyone, good morning. So today I'm playing the dual role of accounter and grammarian. As a grammarian, I will be keeping tab of the good uses and not so good uses of the language. I'll be making my report and coming back to you with the report at the end of the meeting. As the accounter, I would be keeping tab of the filler words that we use during our speech. Often while we speak, we use filler words like ahs and ums and repetitive words like so and I'll be keeping tab of all those usages as we speak, and I'll come back at the end of the meeting with my report. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Lakshmi. And I'm sure that she will be posting the word of the day and phrase of the day in the chat box. So I encourage all the speakers, evaluators, table topic speakers to use the word of the day and idiom of the day that she will be posting soon. She will be posting in the chat. We have 3 sessions. The first is the session of the prepared speeches. The second is the table topic session, and third is evaluations of the speeches given during the first session. So in order to start the meeting, we have 16 minutes past our regular time. Let me welcome our first speaker for today. Before inviting the speaker, I would request her evaluator, Toastmaster Anthony Duran, to explain the project objectives, title, and other details of the speech for the audience. Over to you, Toastmaster Anthony.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pramod, and good morning, everyone. This evening, I will be the evaluator for Toastmaster Navia, and she will be delivering her icebreaker speech. The title of Toastmaster Navia's speech is Desires, Challenges, and Disorders. The purpose of this speech is for Toastmaster Nadia to introduce herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Toastmaster Nadia is completing her first speech in Toastmasters. The goal of the evaluation is to give her an effective evaluation of her speech and delivery style. Because the icebreaker is the first project a member completes, she may choose to use only the notes section and not the numeric score. Okay, thank you. And Toastmaster Navia has 4 to 6 minutes to deliver a speech. And thank you. And Toastmaster Navia.
Toastmaster Navia. Desires, dangers, and disorders. Desires, dangers, and disorders. Toastmaster Navia.
Hello, everyone. I would like all of you to imagine yourself as a child who is living in a small, beautiful township, which is full of greenery. There is a dense forest, no pollution, less traffic, and you have got beautiful, spacious quarters to stay. You have friends from different states in the country. You get to play with them every day, celebrate festivals which are across the country. Right? There is absolutely everything you can ask for in the township. There is a shopping complex. Kendriya Vidyalaya school. There are temples, restaurants where you could go for many family gatherings are happening in the clubs. What a beautiful place to imagine, right? This is the place where I actually grew up, in the small township of Chhattisgarh, because of my father's job. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Navya, and I'm today delivering my icebreaker speech, Desires, Dangers, and Disorders. We are a nuclear family of 4, and my father worked as an electrical engineer in the small township of Balko, Chhattisgarh. My mother is a homemaker, and I have a younger sister who is 5 years younger to me. I have spent a happy and contented life in this small township, which shaped my early childhood and years going forward. I had a profound impact of my father in my early days itself. My father, who had nothing on his name, has worked very sincerely with utmost honesty and has come to a good position in life and has done everything to give us a secured and independent life. I was there till class 12th in this with my parents, and I moved on further for my graduation to Bangalore. As I grew up in the midst of nature, I had immense love for going on walking trails and going around forests and places like that. And thus, in my college, when I got the opportunity to join the adventure club, I was immensely thrilled, as I always wanted to be close to nature. In my 3rd year of college, I joined this club and I started going on treks. Initially, I started with a 1 to 2 day treks, and the journey went on. Until date, I have been to around 20 plus treks across India, including many Himalayan treks as well, which spanning across 7 to 10 days. And I have witnessed extreme temperatures like -10 to even +40. This journey has been very beautiful and very challenging for me. Conquering every peak. Every time when I used to go to trek, I used to think next time I'm not going to come back. But again, after a week, I was ready for another trek. That's how it has been. And along with treks, I have tried certain other extreme sports as well, like bungee jumping, 8,000 feet high bungee jumping in Rishikesh. I've done skydiving as well in Dubai. I have tried fencing and even many marathons around Bangalore and Hyderabad. All my plans of adventures, and I had made many plans in where all I am going to go in next upcoming years, but everything came to a sudden halt when Corona happened. Forget about adventure. We could even not step out of the house, and we were all locked inside the house for a couple of months because of Corona. And my company also gave us the option of work from home, and I came and I spent good time with my parents working from home. I think my parents were one of the few people who actually benefited out of Corona, because they actually got good amount of time to convince me for marriage and settle down, which was not in my mind for at least a couple of more years. But as in life, many things don't go as per planned. So I decided to get married as per my parents' wish, and I got married in 2020 in the peak of Corona. Marriage, like any other journey in life, I witnessed many ups and downs. My husband has been very supportive. I had many good moments with my husband. We went on many international trips as well, and I said there were certain challenges as well, and which has in fact helped me grow more in my personal life. I became a more patient person. Sometimes we fight, like and sometimes it gets okay. And sometimes I have to try to understand the other person as well, and we need to share things. And there has been certain ups and downs in this entire journey. And the most beautiful part of my life, I have been blessed with a small baby girl. She's 5 months old. Her name is Janvi. After my baby came in my life, I can now appreciate how relentlessly my parents have taken care of me all these years, how difficult it is. Now I can understand when I used to go out and didn't come home for many hours, how tense they were. That time I was not able to understand, but now I can understand how anxious and tense they used to get. And I'm very much indebtful to them. And these days they are also helping me even take care of my daughter, which is also very difficult. They are spending sleepless nights along with me. So far, the journey has been very beautiful for motherhood, and I'm looking forward for more and more beautiful days with my family and my daughter. Lastly, I have conquered many peaks in my life, be it treks, sports, and even marriage is also a peak, up and down, I can say. So, but still, I have another peak in front of me, which I have to conquer, which is to grow further in my professional life and to overcome my fear of public speaking, which I have since many years. That's the reason I have joined Toastmasters, and I'm looking forward to give more and more speeches, get more and more feedback from all of you, and improve myself. And I'm looking forward for my evaluation today. Thank you all for being a part of my speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Navya. Thank you for that wonderful speech. After listening to your speech, I was reminded of a quotation by Nelson Mandela. He said, fear is not the absence, courage is not the absence of fear, but it is the ability to overcome it. I wish you all the best. I'm sure that with the support of the Toastmasters community, and we have 2 dozens of Toastmasters, they will help you overcome your fear of public speaking. I'm so sure about it. Now, let's move on to the next speech. And before moving towards the speech, I think it's icebreaker. I would request all the participants to unmute and give a thunderous applause to Navya for delivering her very first speech in front of an audience.
I would request everyone to unmute yourself and then clap for it.
Yeah, correct. Navya, you can smile. Everybody is clapping for you.
Thank you, everyone. Looking forward for further speeches.
Okay. Now let's move on to the second speech. The second speaker has chosen the path of leadership development as his pathway project, and he is also delivering level 1 project 4 speech. That is evaluation and feedback. The title of the speech is Art of Communication. The time allotted for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Timer, please note that the green card at 5 minutes, yellow at 6 minutes, and red at 7 minutes. The evaluator for the speech is Toastmaster Jaykumar Sejpal. Since I was sure that the project details have not been given to the evaluator, I just explained the project objectives, title of the speech, and the project details. The speaker's name is Toastmaster Shahid Sheikh. Art of Communication, Toastmaster Shahid. Toastmaster Shahid, Art of Communication.
Hello, am I audible and clear?
Yes, Shahid, you are audible and visible.
Okay, thank you. Okay, something went wrong. I am very angry on my subordinates. But instead of showing me that anger, I'm just talking to them like I am not feeling good with your attitude or your behavior. I'm saying like this. Do you think it's an effective way of saying my emotion? The answer is no, right? Why? Because whatever you feel, you should express effectively. Then only the thing which you are facing, it will be communicated to them. So here comes our topic, the art of effective communication. So before deep diving into the topic, let's understand what is meant by communication and what is effective communication. By definition, communication is delivering of the information. You can deliver any information. Right now, I'm just giving a speech. It is a kind of communication. Then what is effective communication? Effective communication is like whatever you deliver, it should reach to your audience. If it did not reach to your audience, whatever effective way you deliver, it's useless. In addition to the effective reaching to the audience, it should be understood by the audience. Then only it will be called as effective communication. Let's say, why do we need an effective communication? What is the purpose for an effective communication? It is, first thing is not to waste our time. If you are very effective in communicating, you will not waste your time or others' time. Let's say in an office environment, the boss has given one task and you are doing that task for 2 to 3 hours. And after 2 to 3 hours, boss came back and asked what is the progress on it. And you have given whatever the progress you did. But the boss is angry. Why? Because it is not what he is expecting. This, what it leads? It leads to an wastage of 3 hours of time. And another more important thing for the effective communication is not to lose your relationships. Words are very effective. They can connect or they can disconnect. You should use the words very effectively, either it with your family members or with your colleagues or in day-to-day life. Until you use the proper words, you could not be an effective communicator. There are 3 major things for an effective communication. Before going to the major things, how we can become the effective communicator is like remove the unnecessary things in your speech. Whatever the speech you are delivering, whatever the things you are delivering, it should reach to the audience, right? And you should understand what is the hindrance in your speech, like extra words, extra stories, extra emotions. If you avoid these, your communication will become more effective. So to get this communication more effective, there are 3 major things: listening, understanding, and responding. Listen whatever is said. Understand not in your way, in the opposite person's perspective. What is the tone he is giving? And what is the context of that? Understand in that way. And responding. This is also shows how you understood that, whether you have understood the exact context or you are deviating from it. I will just give a small example in the software industry. Whenever a new employee hired, let's say an experienced guy is hired, he will be given some sessions called knowledge transfer sessions. Those are technical sessions. He will be listening to those sessions. He will understand those sessions. Just listening, understanding is not enough. After that, there are other sessions like reverse knowledge transfer. We call reverse KT. With that reverse KT, what we understand is like whether that particular person or that employee has understood it properly or not, so that we can rectify him at the initial itself before jumping into the work. So that way, listening, understanding, responding will help us to improve our communication effectively. And simplicity is the key for the effective communication. There is a one famous saying from Albert Einstein: if you could not explain simply, that means you should not understood enough. First, you should able to understand, then only you will be able to simplify it and you can present it to the audience. And one strange disease I come to know, that is diarrhea of the mouth. What is this diarrhea of mouth? If you see, if you might be the victim of this diarrhea of the mouth. You see you will come across some people, they keep on talking and talking. They did not listen to you. They did not bother whether you are interested or not. They are simply use their language, their experiences. They are keep on going and going. What this will happen is, it will not create a good impression of that person. It will not give good relationship with that person. Will you be interested to talk to that kind of person in the future? No, right? So be aware and get rid of this diarrhea of the mouth. Okay, so why do we need effective communication? Why? Because so in our life, we want to be successful in all the aspects, whatever we do. From the history, if you observe, all the successful people are the good communicators. So we should be the good communicators, then only we will be successful in our lives. As a takeaway, I give you one short phrase to you, that is KISS. Don't think the KISS which you are thinking. KISS is like, keep it straight and simple. Whenever you are communicating, whenever you are delivering, whenever you are delivering some information, keep it straight and simple. This will help us to understand others, our perspective. So with this note, my speech has come to an end. So all follow the KISS. This will help you become successful, effective communicators. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Pramod.
Thank you, Shahid, for that perfect KISS. You really kept it sweet and short. Thank you. Before moving to the other speeches, I would like to take feedback from two of the guests. Normally, we do take guest, not feedback, guest introduction in the beginning of the meeting. But I have not taken the guest introduction. I can see that there is a visiting Toastmaster, Sabaria. She is a distinguished Toastmaster. Sabaria, I would like to hear from you specifically about your opinion about being or leading a Sattvic life.
Hello, Toastmasters of the Day. I didn't get the last sentence. What were you saying? Okay.
The objective of the club is to encourage the Toastmasters to embrace a Sattvic life. Sattvic, I'm sure that you must have heard about the word Sattvic. Yeah. It's a Sanskrit word. So what do you think? How this club is going to benefit the Toastmasters community for the members and guests?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Toastmasters of the Day. Well, I joined the meeting. I think this is the second time because I like your idea of us having Toastmasters Club promoting and encouraging Toastmasters to lead a healthy lifestyle. And this is what I love. I encourage and I inspire people who are suffering or who are enduring medical conditions, any medical conditions, to keep on fighting, because I myself is living with a medical condition and I have just recovered. I was bedridden. I could not walk, but today, after 6 months, I pushed myself to walk. So I love your concept of wellness in Toastmasters Club. Well done. I love it. Thank you very much. Back to you, Toastmasters of the Day, Pramod.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Next, I have one more question to Rhonda Lynch. Rhonda, I am seeing you for the last couple of meetings. You are attending the meeting every time, on time. How do you keep this energy level very high? when it comes to Toastmasters meeting, and what is the secret of that? Maybe you can introduce yourself and tell the guests the benefits that you expect or you got from Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Today, are you all hearing me? I'm trying out a new mic today. You hear me clearly? Great.
Yes, clearly.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Good evening, good day to all of you, Toastmasters and guests. My energy comes from at least 3 things. One is that I really enjoy the opportunity that Toastmasters International offers in terms of being able to communicate, to interact with persons across the world, really, who have the same desire to improve themselves, that personal development, the opportunities that you get to come into a meeting and you're not quite sure what you're going to hear, but you know it is going to be positive. I do enjoy that. I think as much of that in my life that I can get, I will take. Secondly, I am generally on a drive to improve myself, not just for myself, but for the clubs that I'm in. One is a very new club. One is a newer club, but of advanced Toastmasters, and I'm the president of that second club. So the opportunities I get to see other persons, see other interactions, see how things are done elsewhere, connect with persons who might be able to, as resource persons, I really appreciate that. And 3, I have 3 children. And sometimes when you have 3 children, you just need an opportunity to be with adults. And that in itself gives you energy to communicate and to function otherwise. So I do enjoy that aspect of getting away. It is right now 10:11 p.m. on Saturday my time. And you're about the third meeting I think I've been in for the day. But I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you so much. I'll be taking the rest of the guest introduction, maybe feedback at the end of the meeting. Now we are moving ahead with our third speech. Our third speech would be delivered by Toastmaster Rhonda Shashikumar. Her path is effective communication. Again, level 1, project 4. The title of the speech is Why Diets Fail. And yours truly, I am going to evaluate her speech. Are you ready, Vrinda?
Yes.
Why diets fail, Toastmaster Vrinda? Toastmaster Vrinda, why diets fail?
Thank you, Toastmaster Pramod. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. I have this really interesting topic, why diets fail. And I am going to share a story with you. And that's a personal story. The story is about me and my equation with my refrigerator. What happens when I open my refrigerator? There's a secret. I'm going to share it with you. Here's the ice cream, my favorite ice cream. And I haven't touched this ice cream for the last several months. But I have the box to motivate me. And why have I been successful? Is because instead of looking at the ice cream, I now have some secret items in the box. Not in the freezer, but on my counter. And these are these. A bottle gourd or lauki. It's a very famous item that Indians or most people around the globe use for dieting, or rather following a healthy lifestyle. Second item that I have, avocados. So what I'm trying to say here is that when I look at the ice cream, I don't get tempted to eat the ice cream anymore. I don't have the cravings anymore. And so I've been successful. I'm not killing myself by not eating it. Whenever I might feel like eating, I will eat, but I'm just experimenting on myself. It's been 4 months. I have not touched the ice cream yet. So let me share this success of how I was able to go without touching sugar or touching my favorite ice cream. And this story might resonate with a lot of people who are on diets or who are following a healthy lifestyle or with people whom you may know in your network who are trying to gain that milestone regarding their diet. A typical conversation after a weekend on a Monday would be, how has your weekend been at work? So my colleagues might say, hey, you know what, I went out for dinner, didn't get into my diet, just ate, and now I'm going on vacation, so I will diet after a while. And this is quite common amongst us. It's called the yo-yo dieting. Means you go on a diet, you follow it for a while, and you then retract. Then you follow some other diet. You again go on a diet, follow it for a while, and then come back. So what happens is you're not able to sustain it, and you feel defeated. You feel as if, what is happening? What is wrong with me? And I'm not talking about those people who are strongly willed, but there are a lot of us who do not have that strong willpower, or you do not have that ecosystem in which you can follow your lifestyle plan or your diet. And so the reasons why diets fail are three. One, they are temporary. Diets are temporary because you're not able to sustain, because probably they're too extreme. Cut out sugar permanently, cut out gluten permanently, cut out something else permanently. If you're able, if there are health reasons, of course, the matter is different. But a lot of times, people are not doing diets for their health reasons. Like, for example, if you're a diabetic, of course, you know that you have to limit the sugar that you intake. But if you're doing it for some other reasons, which would be to follow your healthy weight ratio, then you have this tendency to drop out of your plan. So extreme diets are not sustainable. And so what can you do instead? Here's a simple 3-step plan, which could help because it's helped me. Firstly, keep a backup plan. So whatever is your plan, you need to have a backup. For example, if you're going out for dinner, if you're going to be stuck with, I can't eat A, B, C, how are you going to enjoy that time with your family or with your friends? So keep a backup plan for your social situations. Number 2, consider movement. Now, for a lot of us, movement is challenging. And I've worked with a lot of people who have issues with knees. They have structural issues. They cannot go long distances. They cannot run. They cannot even walk. But I tell them, walk slowly, at least walk 500 meters, and then work on it and build on it. So movement, whatever, maybe it's chair exercises, maybe it's home workouts, but movements are important, and you need to follow these movements in whatever, like 30 minutes a day, 150 minutes a week at least, whatever form. It could be aerobics, it could be Zumba, it could be just walking around the block, it could be anything. Second was the backup plan. And third, and the most important one, is your diet should be your lifestyle. If you consider your diet to be restrictive, you have a lot of things which you can't follow throughout your life. If I cannot go without sugar throughout my life, can I follow it? I might just follow it for a while, and then I'm going to retract, eat something, and then again I'm going to yo-yo diet. But rather, if I keep a space in my lifestyle to have that little bit of sugar sometimes and not feel guilty about it. Feeling guilty is a big thing, because you go into that rabbit hole. Once you start feeling guilty, then you try to do more of it. I had sugar already, so let me have another one. I had this cookie already, so let me have another one. I went to a birthday party. I had pizza. I had everything else that I needed. And let me just do it one more time. And then next week, I'll go back on the diet. Rather than that, if you make that space in your life to follow a particular lifestyle, you will not recede. You will keep going. So follow that lifestyle. And with that, I just want to say that, if you follow this lifestyle, you will be able to sustain longer. Your mileage will be higher. And I hope with my story, you are able to get the understand the gift of gap, which makes which will help you select not diet but lifestyle. So select a healthy lifestyle and your life will change. And with that, I would hand it over back to table topic TMOD Pramod. Thank you.
Yes, Vrunda, definitely. We will try to accommodate all these things in our life. I'm happy that the speech is perfectly aligned with the objective of the club. And I'm sure that I can give you more inputs about your speech during that mission. Thank you. So that's the end of our first session, that is prepared speeches. Now let's have some fun with impromptu speeches. To conduct the session on impromptu speeches, we have a distinguished Toastmaster. He needs no introduction to the Toastmasters community, especially the international community, because he had visited, I think, more than 50 countries and attended the meetings of 800 clubs all over the world. I think apart from Navya's parents, and he's the one who benefited from COVID, when all the clubs went online, he got a chance to visit most of the clubs and explore the world in a virtual manner. With a round of applause, I welcome distinguished Toastmaster Raghunatha Raju to conduct the table topic session.
Thank you very much. A small correction, it's 143 countries and 900 plus clubs. Thank you very much.
Wow.
With that, it's time for some fun, right? And it will be fun. I'll ensure that everybody has the fun before they leave the meeting. Okay, and we are going to try some courageous ideas in table topics. Table topics is all meant for you to break the ice when necessary and also to prepare you for those moments when 1 to 2 minutes makes a lot of difference in your life. Whether it is the time that your wife asks something, like where were you last night? Or your boss asks something, what were you doing on the day that you took a sick leave? Or your child asks some questions that you need to answer on the spot. That takes a lot of mental energy, right? Let us see how it's going to help you. You need to speak for at least 1 to 2 minutes. It is for the benefit of guests. Of course, we have some Toastmasters who have been in the community for very long, but just for the help of guests. Let's start having fun. Okay. Now, first crazy idea is to see especially how a mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law behave, especially when they are Toastmasters. Good. Now, our mother-in-law in the room is Rhonda, and the daughter-in-law is Sabaria, who is joining from Malaysia. Now, let us see how they behave when they meet. Right? Thing is, both are in Toastmaster meeting. Now, Sabaria is in one Toastmaster meeting and Rhonda is other Toastmaster meeting. But the family is waiting for the dinner. Who will cook the dinner? Now, both of you have to argue and make the other person quit the meeting and cook the dinner. Is it clear? Rhonda and Sabaria?
I can't speak now because they are alone. They are doing the grass. I can't hear a thing, but I hear my name. Can I do later?
Okay, you can speak later. That's fine. Vrunda.
Okay.
Okay. I'm giving you the Toastmaster before. Okay. So Rhonda is the mother-in-law and Vrunda is the daughter-in-law. Both of you are in different Toastmaster meeting, but family is waiting for the dinner. You have to argue and you ensure that one of you, other has to say that, for example, you have to convince the other person to quit the meeting and cook the dinner. 1, 2, 3, start. You have the time 1 to 2 minutes.
Hey, Mom, it's Sunday. your turn for cooking dinner. I will join you in about half an hour or to maybe at the most 45 minutes and see you for dinner. I hope you remember that it's your turn.
Daughter-in-law Vrunda, for real, it is Sunday and this is your husband's family. It is your duty as the daughter-in-law and the wife of my wonderful son that you have to do the dinner. You know I am in this meeting. I am about to have a good session. I am about to have a speech done. So I cannot release myself at this time. You will have to do it. You know where all the food is, and I will be coming for my lunch and my dinner in quick time. So please get to it. This is not a matter of whose turn it is, daughter.
Mom, I understand that, but then, let's follow the rules. The rules, we follow rules in Toastmasters, why not at home? So as per our schedule, it's your turn. So figure out. And we are your family, your husband, my husband is your son. I am your daughter-in-law. I have raised your grandkids. So come on, let's be on it. Your turn, please.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I am about to speak to Toastmaster Raju is about to call on me, and I can't come right now. If you are waiting on me, you would have to wait until the meeting is over. And my days for cooking for my son are finished. I have handed over that role to you, so please take it over. Do not be rude, daughter. Don't be rude. There's nothing about schedule here now, and if there is a schedule, I am the one who's setting that schedule. So I say at this point in time that you need to take over the meal. Please let me know what you'll be cooking. I am already hungry. I am planning to come as soon as my meeting is over.
Okay, Mom, I agree. But here's a solution. Let's order outside. Tell me, would you like a pizza or what you would like to have? And let's order out. Back to you.
Yes, that is a good plan. Thank you.
They're the sweetest mom-in-law and daughter-in-law. I hope every family is sweet. Okay, thank you very much. Let's try another technique today. Who wants to go next? Kanika, do you want to go?
Yeah, surely. I'm ready.
Okay, you are a Toastmaster or a guest?
Currently, I'm a guest.
Wonderful. Kanika, okay. In COVID, something has happened and you lost your mind. Okay, you have become just like a Ghazni who forgets your mind in the spot, and then you regain back. But then I have a technique called the sound. Okay, the thing is, you need to speak on for, and then when I say switch, you need to speak on opposite side. For example, I say that sky is blue. You should talk about it, and then you say no, sky is not blue and sky is red, something like that. Your argument will be in that way. Okay, Kanika?
So if I'm not wrong, you're trying to say that when you pick a list,
you need to switch your argument. As soon as I switch, you need to switch your argument.
Against that particular topic?
Right.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So you are a student?
Yeah, currently.
Wonderful. The topic for you is, guest Kanika, honesty is the best policy. Honesty is the best policy, Kanika.
Thanks, Raghu, for giving me this opportunity and platform. Yeah, so honesty is the best policy. Yeah, being a student, it should be indulged in my profession, and honesty is somewhere like whenever I have been assigned a project or interns to which I do undergo for my professional life, I need to be honest and be particular about that particular thing. Sometimes honesty doesn't work because sometimes I become ugly, I become roughly, I become uncertain because okay, so yeah, the professors, whenever they give us the subject work or the assignments. For the as far as the exams are concerned, for those code of conduct, I need to be honest enough for the assignment. And if I'm not ready for those particular assignments or the particular course conduct, I may not be honest probably, because the honesty policy is somewhere like, okay, I'm getting confused, but yeah, honesty is somewhere. I'm sorry.
No problem. Did a great job, Kanika, still. For being a guest, not a Toastmaster yet, but you have done good job. All the best for your future speeches.
Thanks a lot.
Now
Over to you.
It's time for more fun. More the people, merrier it should be, right? We'll have 4 to 5 people join this improv session. Who all want to join this one? I need 4 or 5 people. Sabaria, are you ready? DTM Sabaria. Okay. Now, Pramod, I'm going to make you co-host, and Aro, I'm also going to make you co-host. Now, help me with spotlighting all people, all who want to participate in this. Sabaria, and who else? Harshada, do you want to participate?
Sure.
Go ahead. Harshada, can you please spotlight Harshada? Also add spotlight. Wonderful. Who else want to participate? Shahid. Shahid wants to participate. And anyone else? I need 2 more.
5 people. We're going to fight.
Yes. 2 more. Let's not waste time.
I can join, Raghu.
Navya,
Okay,
you
Navya.
can join. Please join, Navya.
Yeah, please add Navya. And then, who else? Anthony, do you want to join?
Kanika,
yes, I can join. Okay.
Kanika is just over. Kanika is just over. So let's go to
Anthony, please.
Anthony. Yeah, please.
Please switch on your video. Yeah, I can see.
Anthony can. Oh, okay, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, the round goes like, now I make a statement, and the last word should be your first word. You need to start with that word, and there is no exception. If you not doing it, then you're out of the game. Okay, and whoever is waiting, is sustaining till the end, they are the winners. Okay. Now, I will tell who has to go. Like Raghu starts the first word, and then it goes to Sabaria, Harshada, Shahid, Navya, and Anthony. From Anthony again, Sabaria.
We need to start with that word, or we need to talk about
Start with
Raghu, any special instruction to the timer? I think Vamsi.
Right. Overall time, a timer, please let me know when it is 4 to 5 minutes. Let me know that you show the green card when it's 4.
Sorry, Toastmaster Raghu, can you repeat the instructions again, please? Okay, thank you.
Okay, Sabari, I will make a statement, one single statement. The last word will be the first word in which the Sabaria will start. Same thing, her last word will become the first word for Harshada. It should continue. And do not speak more than 20 seconds so that everyone gets time. Is that okay? Do not make long statements.
Raghu, with that, we need to give some statements. With that last word.
Right. For example, I say, sun rises in the east. You can say east or west. India is the best. Something like that. I'm just making a statement, not being racial here. Okay? Now, Toastmasters is a best platform. Sabaria. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Platform for everybody who wishes to improve their leadership skills and also public speaking skills. In Toastmasters, this is the best platform for one to develop themselves in becoming a better leader, in becoming a better version of themselves.
And by joining Toastmasters, the best platform, it is a tribute to our founder, Sattvic, for giving us this wonderful platform of Toastmastering for us to improve and for us to spread on leadership and also friendship all over the world. Like right now, I'm in Sattvic Toastmasters. I'm enjoying this meeting because your table topic today, it's about speaking and picking up the last word to pass on to the next speaker. So shall I pass this platform to the next person?
No, your last word is again. Again is the word.
It is still platform.
Again. Okay. I'll urge everyone to keep it short and do not complicate. 15 to 20 seconds. Again, use the word, Harshada.
Again and again, I kept insisting my parents to follow the sustaining lifestyle and healthy lifestyle, but I hope someday they will listen to me.
Me, Shahid.
Yeah, me. I am the one of the good example for how my lifestyle is before and how it became right now. So this respect goes to my wife. How the our normal life is and how it become Sattvic.
Sattvic, Navya.
Sattvic lifestyle is the one which I'm looking to follow. Currently, I'm eating outside at times, sometimes non-veg, sometimes junk food. So I'm looking forward that by joining this club, I can indulge a Sattvic lifestyle in the long run.
Run, Anthony.
Long run. It is important that in the long run that we develop the necessary skills and both in terms of communication and leadership that will help us further develop our lives, both personal and business. So I think that once we continue to develop these necessary skills, then we will have a bright future.
Future, Savaria.
Future is something I look forward to. The future of the public speaking stage, the world stage. That's what I'm heading. And I'm practicing, and that's why I'm visiting clubs and I'm speaking, not only in table topic. I'll also do prepared speeches.
Speeches is not the speeches or prepared speeches is not the only way to improve skills. You should try your public speaking skills in your day-to-day life as well. Like the example of speaking to your manager, speaking to your kids, or speaking to your husband.
Husband, Shahid.
Yeah, husband is one of the most important role in the family. So he is the breadwinner. He is the more hardworking, and he is the one who bear all the things. So that way, husbands are flip-flop situation. They will handle it, and they will take the family as a whole as a in a good constructive manner. So it's the responsibility of husband.
Ask your wife and she will say hardly one thing.
Sure.
What was your last word?
Again, husband.
Husband. I want you to speak exactly opposite what he said. No, yeah, that's a challenge for you.
Yeah. So husband is important in any woman's life, but again, husband also acts as someone who constrains a woman's freedom, sometimes is authoritative as well. And you often have to deal with husband's preferences. Sometimes you need to adjust according to them, according to him. listen to what he's saying. So it has both good and bad. There are both good and bad things about the husband.
Husband again. I'm telling you.
Husbands very responsible in terms of taking care of the family needs and supporting their wife and children to ensure that they have everything that they need. Also, the husbands also need the support of their wives, and together, then they can, once there is support between the both of them, you find that things work out well, and then you have a stronger family unit.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Everybody did a great job. Can we have a big round of applause for all of them? Nobody failed in this session. Wish you all the best. This is called improv, where you need to be attentive enough to listen to other person. At the same time, you need to articulate based upon the last word. It was a challenge that you all took up on. I am happy today. Well, I will try a last topic, and it is going to be another technique. Let me try with our distinguished Toastmaster, Pramod. Pramod, are you up to it?
Yes, Raghu, I'm ready. I don't know what you are going to apply, what you are going to try.
Now, the thing is, you need to start story or narrating something. But the thing is, I will keep including some items inside. And you need to start including that in whatever you're narrating or whatever you want to it. It's up to you. But that item should come in your story. Okay?
Yeah. Shall I start?
No. Hang on. I need to give you the opening lines.
Okay.
Once upon a time, there was a king and a queen. Pramod.
The king and the queen, they were planning to improve their communication and leadership skill. Even at that time, even 500 years back, there was a council of ministers. They used to give expertized feedback to their speeches, and they used to give solutions to the areas where improvement is required. But it was not formally known as Toastmasters Club. It was known as the King's Council. But when it comes to feedback,
Frog.
I didn't get it.
You need to keep including this character.
No, I didn't get the word. I didn't get
frog.
F-R-O-G.
Right. Okay. I'll type in chat. I'll type in the chat.
Yeah, good. See, the problem is that when too much of people giving the feedback to the same person, it looks like crying of frogs. You don't get the meaning, but you lost somewhere. So the only thing who could hear or he could listen was a lot of sounds from here and there. Then he requested them to be specific on certain aspect.
Clown.
And finally the clown came and he said, humor is something which is very important. The king and the queen both felt that there is something in that, the whole discussion. And this one was, 1 minute. This one thing was really relevant to the circumstances. So everybody was so tired by giving feedback, and they all requested for some water to be served. And that is how, my dear friend, when in meetings, people started drinking water after every speech, then they felt that energy was a little bit missing. And that was again a feedback from the council, that they supplemented it with milk instead of water, so that milk is a continuous source of protein, and it also helps in absorbing your carbon, in your blood. So the energy level of the participants were improved by serving milk instead of water. So, which is very important, equally important, like feedbacks. So that is how the quotation had come into existence, that feedback is the breakfast of champions. Actually, it was the milk, but it was served as a feedback and it was implemented because of the feedback from the Council of Ministers. That is how that.
Let's start a different club. Toastmaster for ancient times.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. I love the way that you twisted the facts. It was fun for the topic here. Thank you very much for everyone who participated in this session. And I'm going to ensure that you will have more fun next time that I'm taking the role as table topic master. For now, giving back to the Toastmaster of the day, DTM Pramod.
Thank you, Raghu. Thank you. It was so fun. The only difficulty I had is that I was not getting the word. I was just searching for the word to be connected. And it was really fun. And I wish if it is an offline meeting, then people would have enjoyed a little bit more. Why? Because I can see the audience reaction. Anyway, thanks for keeping your videos on. See, during this time, if you keep your videos on, it will be great encourage for other speakers to speak also. So I am really happy that we all enjoyed. But we left with one speech. Originally we had 5 speeches and 2 speakers have not come, but later Arav expresses decided to give speech. With the permission of all the members, we are going to have one more speeches. It is out of ordinary. I would request distinguished Toastmaster Raghu to introduce. He's the evaluator of Arav. Raghu, could you just introduce the project details, objectives, title, time, etc.?
Sure. Arav is attempting his level 1-4 project from presentation mastery. And it is just that he has given his one speech that he is repeating, including the feedback from the last speech. I wish him all the best. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
A trap of junk. A trap of junk. Toastmaster Arav. Toastmaster Arav. A trap of junk. Please switch on your video. I'm spotlighting you.
I hope I'm loud and clear. Am I?
It seems you have some audio issues. Yeah, your audio is not clear.
Is it clear now?
Yeah, it's somewhat it is clear now. Yeah, you can go ahead, Arav.
Go ahead.
Okay. A trap of junk. Today, I am with a seemingly innocent package in my hand. This humble bag of chips, crunchy, delicious, and unseemingly addictive. I hope you all agree to that. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Dear guests, I stand before you today not as an expert nutritionist or a fitness guru, but as someone who wants to share his journey with you all. A journey that led me from the tempting trap of junk food to the joy of a healthier lifestyle. All while juggling of a hectic lifestyle of a student. Not too long ago, if I could remember, I was a typical student surviving on a diet of food like chips and soda. You could say I had a black belt in spotting the nearest pizza joint, and my cravings for sweets were legendary. I used to joke that my brain ran on energy drinks and my veins flowed with cheese sauce. One day, a friend of mine, with genuine concern in his eyes, said, "Hey, you know, all that junk food might be affecting your health and focus." Can you guess what my initial response was? I laughed it off, brushed it aside. I assumed I was invincible. I mean, who needs salads and smoothies when you can have burgers and pizzas, right? But somewhere in the back of my mind, that conversation lingered. I couldn't shake off that thought that maybe if I made a few changes. So I decided to embark on a mission to discover a healthier lifestyle that wouldn't compromise my busy student life. Now you must be wondering, how did I do that? It's not like I just woke up and started eating apples, vegetables, and all those fruits my mother insisted me to eat when I didn't want to. Yeah, okay. Being a student, I knew I couldn't dive headfirst into a complete diet overhaul. So I started small. Instead of mindlessly munching on chips during the study sessions or while watching my favorite TV show, I swapped them for a trail of fruits. Apple being my favorite, because an apple a day keeps a doctor away. Remember? At first, it was strange, but I noticed I felt more energized and focused later in time. Of course, breaking up with junk food completely isn't easy. Trust me, the struggle was real. There were days when the aroma of French fries from the campus cafeteria would tempt me like never before. But you know what I did? I imagined those fries as tiny villains trying to distract me from my superhero goal of living healthier. I know it sounds silly, but it worked. It made me laugh, and laughter is a great weapon against temptations. But you know what the best part was? It wasn't just about food, it was about feeling better overall. I noticed that when I started nourishing my body with healthy food, fruits, vegetables, I had more energy to handle those long study sessions. I could tackle my assignments with clarity and focus and felt less less stressed out during my exams. Oh my god. Okay. Now wait a second before you start thinking I've completely sworn off these tantalizing chips. Let me be clear. I'm only human. And I must say they still hold a special place in my heart. Or rather my taste buds. But fear not, my friends, I've learned to tame the chips monster and strike a balance between the temptation and triumph. Okay. As I conclude, from junk to joy's journey, I leave you with a captivating image, one that might just stick with you like the taste of these chips. Imagine life as a spider's web, and we, my friends, are like flies drawn into its tempting threads of indulgence. We have a choice to make. Remain entangled in the trap of unhealthy habits or summon the courage to break free. I'll leave you all with the famous quote of John F. Kennedy. Every accomplishment starts with the decision to start or try. Embrace that power, take a leap, and soar beyond the confines of this familiar web. As we leave behind the sticky allure of chips and sodas, we step into a world of greater vitality, strength, and well-being. And this goes for me too. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
It was pin drop silence during your speech. And you got complete attention also. Congratulations, Arav. I felt like I was listening to the speech of Shiv Khera or Deepak Chopra in that case. Okay, now let's move on to some Toastmasters breakfast. That is feedback, or you can call it as an evaluation session. I think Anthony is ready with the first evaluation. Toastmaster Anthony is going to evaluate the speech delivered by Toastmaster Navya. That was an icebreaker. Navya, be ready to receive the feedback. Today you don't have any other breakfast other than this. Let me spotlight Anthony. Anthony, you're on spotlight, and Navya, I'm spotlighting. Vamsi, are you there?
Yes, yes. Thank you, Toastmaster DTM Pramod. This morning, I will pay tribute to Toastmaster Navya for completing her icebreaker speech. With her speech entitled Desires, Challenges, and Disorders. What I liked about your speech, Toastmaster Navya, is that you started with an interesting opening where you engage the audience by asking them to imagine where you grew up. And you also did that by using descriptive words. And that was very good. Your voice was clear and the piece was also varied. Also, what I liked about your speech is that you had eye contact with the audience all throughout the speech. And that showed that you was not really reading from any notes or anything. And that was good. So I commend you also on that. Your lighting was also good. Your position in terms of how you're fitted on the screen also was good as well. So I like that. What the areas I would like you to probably do better or challenge you in is just to continue practicing your speech so that when you come to deliver it, it flows right through. And also in terms of the interest level, your speech was well constructed and you could follow it from the beginning, from when you were younger up until present. So it was well organized here. And that is, I also like that about your speech. You told us where you grew up, your family, your college years. You also told us about the different adventures that you had. You were engaged in terms of skydiving. I believe it was also fencing and bungee, jumping. All these activities helped us to get to know you much better. You also told us that that you were married and that you recently had a child. Yes, you're a mother. So that also helped us in learning a bit more about you, and that one of your desires is to overcome your fear of public speaking. And I too can identify with that. So I commend you on a well-done speech, and I look forward to hear from your other speeches. Thank you.
Thank you, Auntie.
Thank you, Anton Duran. Thank you for that evaluation. Now I would request Toastmaster Dr. Jaykumar Sejpal to evaluate the speech delivered by Toastmaster Sattvic.
Thank you. Thank you, Pramod. Yeah. Toastmaster Shahid had a topic which was art of communication. Very interesting topic. And his opening was also quite interesting. Like he started his speech with one conversation he was having with a colleague where he was getting angry, and despite that he was not able to convey his anger in a proper manner. So from that opening I was hooked, and I was reminded of books like Nonviolent Communication, Crucial Conversation, which are very favorite topics of mine, and I am always interested about good communication at work and with the colleagues and friends and in relationship. He came out very confident. He was confident in his speech. There were no pauses or filler words, and he also gave us a very good suggestion, mainly 3 tips, which I like very much, that listening, understanding, and responding should be proper. He gave us also very easy to remember acronym also, which was KISS, keep it straight and simple. And also he gave us a tip about avoiding diarrhea of mouth. Now, if I remember, like when I am talking about some topics which I am interested, maybe I am going into that phase. So I will keep myself limited, and I'll be conscious and aware about that. I should not come across as that I am doing a diarrhea of mouth. So overall, like it was a very good learnings from his speech, and some areas of improvement I would suggest that overall, like his title was Art of Communication, but what I listened in his speech, I felt it was more about listening, understanding, and responding to any order or instruction which we receive. So it was more on a listening part rather than just a conveying part. If he can include more tips on how to convey your message effectively, it will be at another level. Or maybe I would suggest if he can change the title of the talk, that art of listening, it would have been more appropriate. Overall, it was a very well delivered speech with a good confidence and without any or pauses or filler words. And there was a great learning, including acronyms and 3 tips on how to listen well. A good job done. Thank you. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Pramod.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Dr. Jaykumar Sejpal. I'm sure that Shahid must have benefited from your evaluation. Next, I'm going to evaluate the speech delivered by Toastmaster Brinda Shashigumar. She's the VP Education of the club. Let me spotlight. Yes. 1 minute. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Toastmasters and fellow guests. I would be evaluating Toastmaster Brinda's speech under 3 broad categories. That is project objectives, delivery, and the content. Project objectives, evaluation and feedback. That is the project. The objective says that you have to give a speech in front of the club, give feedback, and incorporate those feedbacks in same speech, or deliver a speech in same club or in another club, incorporating all this feedback. So you can have the same speech or a different speech, but I strongly suggest you to do the same speech again with the feedbacks provided to you. And from the project objectives part, since it is the first speech, I'm sure that all the elements have been met with. So there is nothing I can comment on the project objectives. And delivery, superb delivery. And the best thing I noticed in your speech, the best thing is use of preps. You started narrating a personal story and successfully used preps for improving the impact of your speech. So whatever you spoke about, like you opened your fridge and you showed us the ice cream, definitely the moment you showed the ice cream, people got curious whether ice cream help you control your or help your weight loss journey. Then you different things which you started giving and all the preps that created an impact. That's a very beautiful way of using the preps. Even other speakers can also listen and understand, and they can also watch how you use that. And the good thing is that your screen arrangement was also good. You were on one side and this much side was given, and that gave you more scope for gestures. And you used your body and gestures a lot while giving the speech. And so I could clearly see your hands. I could clearly see you moving here and there. So it is actually redundant when somebody is sitting here and talking like this, just like reading the news in the radio without using the hands and also. So that boredom was not there. You completely engaged the audience with your movements. The third thing which I loved about your speech is your strength and your speaking style. You are a good persuasive influencer. You can persuade an idea. You can influence people. You can make effective pitches with something. If you want to do an audience to do something, then you are successful in doing that. Today's speech is an example of your persuasive skill. That's really good. That is the third thing. And fourth is connecting with the audience with personal stories. You connected very well with the audience. It was totally a story built in your personal experience, on your personal experience. So those are the four good things which I feel you have done in your speech. And areas of improvement, you were a little bit faster from the beginning to the end. To work on your pace of the speech and your pauses. With pace and pauses, you can definitely create a beautiful impact on your speech. I think this one area will make a lot of difference in your speech. The single most area is go a bit slow. Speak to Arav. He was delivering like a flow of a river. Your speech should flow like a river. People should want to listen to your speech more and more. It's not like what you don't have any targets to complete in 6 minutes. That you can do that. Second is vocal variety. Try to include vocal variety in your speech. A little bit of ups and downs in your speech will create an impact. Along with pauses, good pacing, and vocal variety, there is a lot of change. And you had many instances in your speech where you could successfully incorporate vocal variety. And third is try to have a control over repeated sentences and crutch words. And the fourth one is work on the conclusion. Conclusion is something, it should be resplendent, it should be impactful, it should keep in the mind of the audiences when you are concluding the speech. So that's all from my side. I overstepped the timing, and I'm sure. Back to again TM Modi, and that's me again. Thank you, Vrinda. Thanks for the beautiful speech. Yes, we had one more speech that was delivered by Toastmaster Arav Saxena. I am tempted to make more comments about Arav's speech, but I'm sure that distinguished Toastmaster Rakhu is there with a lot of commendations. With a round of applause, let me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Rakhu to evaluate the speech delivered by Toastmaster Arav Saxena. Sorry.
There's a definition. There's a lot of definition for DTM, not just distinguished Toastmaster, don't time me, and then distinguished talking machine, etc. etc. And then you saw DTM Pramod speaking for so long. Always reminds me that don't time me, because we tend to speak over time. But then talking about today's speech, raise your hand if you felt today's speech by Arav was just like the flow of river, and it was so soothing to hear him, just like some guru was giving his discourse, right? It gives me immense pleasure to see my mentee, Toastmaster Arav, progressing in such manner in his speeches. Today, I didn't want to evaluate his speech being a mentor, but then timing is such like that because he joined late. So probably one of the recommendations that I will start with are of our meeting starts at 7 to join by 7. But then talking about your speech, I love the way that you structured. Open with a prop, and then you ask people a question. With that, you are able to dwell into your topic. The strength of your speech was your personal story, your personal experience, and you were in line with the theme of the club. That's another strength that you had in your speech. Another good thing that I noticed was you use a technique, the technique that is famous technique in storytelling, especially the story of a hero who faces a problem and then he overcomes that by a technique or by whatever that you used, right? You are allowed us to do that. If I have to give you some recommendation, I would say next time, please ensure that you have good bandwidth because you are going off and on. But another thing is I would say is try to have proper hand gesture, the flow. Like sometimes you're moving your hand, but the other hand was not doing anything. So it should be this. Try to move both the hands equally. Okay? Because you are doing well here, I have more expectation from you as a speaker. So try to move comfortably on your stage. You are about to complete your level 1. So I want you to move equally on the stage. Try to be more comfortable. You're already comfortable. You are maintaining voice modulation and everything. So this is, I feel that you can do to make your performance as a speaker better. The best part, Aro, was your conclusion. Today I've seen you talking about how we can get out of a trap. And you also improvise your speech from the last time by adding that quote, by saying that everything starts from a single step, right? Doesn't it? In every way. And especially in diet, it starts with those baby steps and how we can move. Most of us in this club can vouch for that, how we took those baby steps and were able to improve our health, including Shahid. So it came from the pressure of his wife. I love your entire speech and performance, and I'm sure you are here to become a hero in Toastmasters. I hope to see you as a champion of public speaking one day. Wish you all the best, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Raghu. Thank you. That was equally a calm and composed evaluation compared to the things. I think you are resonating with the speaker when it comes to evaluation. Thank you so much. Now we have completed all the 4 evaluations. Now let's go to role player evaluations. I would request timer Vamshi. Vamshi, could you just tell us about the speech timings of main prepared speeches and evaluations? Let's avoid the timing for table topics. Let's have a timing for this.
Yeah, I will share my screen. I will show it.
Yeah, please do share the screen.
Can you please enable me? Disable.
Raghu, would you just enable Vamshi?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is timer report for speeches. Navya, for about 4 to 6 minute speech, she took 6 minutes 14 seconds.
Wonderful.
Shahid, for 7 minute speech, he took 7 minutes 40 seconds.
Yes.
Vrunda, for 7 minute speech, she took 7 minutes 7 minutes
15 seconds.
58 seconds.
Great.
And Arav, he took 7 minutes 55 seconds. And for table topics and Vrunda and Arindra, she took for 2 minutes speech, they took 2 minutes 12 seconds, and Kanika took 1 minute 30 seconds. And for group table topics, for 7 minutes, it's exactly 7 minutes. She took 7 minutes, and Pramod took 2 minutes 40 seconds. For evaluation part, Anthony took exact 3 minutes. Jai took 2 minutes 40 seconds, and Pramod took 4 minutes 30 seconds, and Raghu took 3 minutes. This is my dummy report.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Vamsi, could you just stop sharing the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. Now I would request distinguished Toastmaster Lakshmi Nair to come forward and present the R counter and grammarian report.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, DTM Pramod. So I'm back with two decently long reports. I'll start with my R counter report first. Distinguished Toastmaster Pramod had 3 R's. Toastmaster Harshada had 1 R. Toastmaster Anthony had 2 R's and 1 long pause. Toastmaster Navya had 5 R's and 1 long pause. Toastmaster Vrinda had 4 R's and she used the filler words so twice and you know once. Distinguished Toastmaster Rakhu had 1 R. Guest Kanika had 4 R's and 1 long pause. Toastmaster Jaikumar had 1 R. The flawless speakers today are Toastmaster Ara, Distinguished Toastmaster Rhonda, and Toastmaster Sabriya. Let us have a round of applause for the flawless speakers today. Please unmute and clap. Moving on to my grammarian report, we had lots of good usages today. Toastmaster Shahid used the words reverse knowledge transfer, simplicity is the key, diarrhea of mouth, and he gave an acronym KISS, which is keep it simple and straight, breadwinner, flip-flop situation. Toastmaster Vrinda used the words yo-yo diet, restrictive, figure out. Toastmaster Ara, his speech had lots and lots of very good language usage. He used the word seemingly innocent, tempting trap, juggling with a hectic lifestyle, back of my mind, shake off, the struggle was real, tackle, junk to joy's journey. Toastmaster Anthony used the word well constructed. Toastmaster Jaikumar used the word hooked. Distinguished Toastmaster Pramod used the words incorporate, redundant, persuasive influencer, effective pitches. Distinguished Toastmaster Rakhu used the word dwell into. Regarding the not so good usages, someone said hired, which in that context was supposed to be is hired. And someone said encourage, which in that context was supposed to be encouragement. Today's idiom of the day was used by Toastmaster Vrinda and word of the day was used by Toastmaster Anthony. Let us give a round of applause for all the awesome speakers today and for the usage of the word of the day and idiom of the day. With that, I conclude my report and hand it over to the Toastmaster of the day, DTM Pramod.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Lakshmi Nair. So now we have successfully completed the business as per the agenda. Do we have any announcement? Club member, distinguished Toastmaster Rakhu?
I'll stop recording for now.
Yeah.